sit in front of the laptop every day, stare into the screens for hours. Places to learn and sleep become the same. Have you felt tired yet? Hi, my name is Jennifer and I'm from St. Ursula High School, Jakarta. Honorable judges and audience, let me share my thoughts on offline school versus online school. Which one is better? Since March 24, 2020, our Ministry of Education and Culture, Mr. Nadiem Makarim, issued a comment to turn the school system into online system for a while during the COVID-19 pandemic. We were all happy that day, weren't we? Yay, 3 weeks of holiday, we screamed. But now it has turned to 10 months. Are we all still being happy and grateful? According to Garnier and Susanto, learning is a process which an organism changes its behavior as a result of experience. Learning and teaching are two concepts that cannot be separated from one another. This online school thing is the first ever happened in 100 years. That made the teachers and students have to adapt to these new habits. Especially the teachers, they have to learn the technologies they barely used before. How to utilize Google Classroom to assign this task for students, how to operate the Zoom, and still many stuff to be learned by them. A junior high school teacher in Jakarta said that online school gives teachers many problems, such as the lack of connections between students and teachers, also the difficulty of students to understand the lessons given by teachers. Of course, the students get the impact from the online school as well. Online school has opened the opportunities for students to develop themselves in many aspects. Why? Because students don't have to waste their time on the road doing nothing. Don't have to be exhausted by being at school for 9 hours every day. They got more time to prepare themselves to study and refresh themselves by sleeping. Students having jobs or interests outside the school will be more flexible about their time, which they couldn't if we are still in an offline condition. In fact, online school actually can make it easier for students if it has been done in the right term. Unfortunately, quoted from the news by Liputan 6, a high school student in Goa, South Sulawesi, took her own life due to depression because of her lot schoolworks during this online school thing. Muhammad Ramli, the chairman of Indonesia's digital school network, said that the stress felt by students is a result as online school that doesn't have a specific standard, a standard that both students and teachers need so they will have a well teaching and learning activities. I, as a student, felt like there's a big difference that happened in terms of assignments and schoolworks. They can be doubled or tripled from the usual. Besides that, a major difference also appears in students' social lives. Some friendships are getting looser and some had separated because the intensity of talking and meeting is getting less every day. That can make a big turn down for some people. Another impact is happening for some students that don't have a comfortable and supportive situation at their home. That brings up more problem to them for sure, which the impact could be reduced if we're still in an offline condition because we're being at school for hours every day, right? So we knew about the plus and minus of online school and offline school already. The question is, what should we do to adapt to this whole new habit? First thing first, open your eyes. Be conscious about this new reality. Stop saying, oh, this new normal sucks. I wish I could go back to the normal situation. No, realize that you have to move on and keep your life going no matter what. Then set your goals. Know what you want to achieve when this online school is happening. It doesn't have to be a huge goal. Start from the simplest thing that you want to do. Set those steps and stick to them until you achieve your goals in the future. Take care of yourself is the next step. I know it's hard dealing with this online school, especially when you're stuck at home and never going to meet your friends again in a few months or even years. But please keep yourself sane. Do that skincare routine. Watch movies you've always been wanting to watch. Develop your talents. Call your friends. Do anything that makes you content. And the most important is set your schedule. Separate the time between when you are going to do your work and when you're going to rest. Balance those two things out. It's better if you separate your space work as well. For example, when you're studying, go to your desk instead of that comfortable couch. Force yourself to sit straight and pretend that you're actually in a workspace. A research proven that by doing that, our mind will be able to distinguish them and will be more productive when we're working. Those are the steps or the tips that you can do while online class is still happening. The next question is, what to do when we're going back to our normal lives after this pandemic is over? Of course, if we're in this situation for too long, we will get used to it, and it's not uncommon that we'll get comfortable with it. But eventually, the world is going to heal itself, so we got to adapt to our old lives again. Online and offline school both have their own positive and negative sides. It can be frustrating to all of us, but don't let it take away our sanity. All of them can be good, according to us. Would we try to adapt and accept this reality? Or would we remain in such a predicament? The choice is yours. That's enough of me speaking. I hope you are doing good in every situation. Thank you for listening.